speaking of a team that needs a total rebuild, a total shaking of the cage, a sort of like, wake up, what's going on? The Cincinnati Bengals. Guys, the Cincinnati Bengals had one of the worst defenses in the NFL last season in 2024. But they did have one of the best offenses. Joe Burrow should have been an MVP candidate, but they just sucked that bad. So far this week, the Cincinnati Bengals have had 2 defensive players retire / move on, and then they did just trade their top offensive line to the Las Vegas Raiders in Kappa. So when you look at the Cincinnati Bengals, guys, how can they improve in 2025? Obviously, it is March 5th. Obviously, the draft hasn't happened. Obviously, free agency hasn't started yet. Obviously, we haven't seen any preseason mini camps, mandatory camps yet, right? So this is all hypothetically speaking, right? But I like to speak hypotheticals. I like to speak about things that could potentially fruition into August and September and October, November. So how can the Cincinnati Bengals improve in 2025? Well, let's start right off at the top. The Bengals had no heart on defense. If they had heart, it was laying on the floor, beating like 10 beats per minute. They had no heart on defense last season. They were not running to the football with anger, and they were not trying to punish the players when they came into their zone. They're like, oh, you want to run here? Ole! Ole! They were like a bullfighter just trying to jump out of the way. They were terrible. And they was on the field a lot last season. In 10 games that they lost last season, they were on the field more than 8 minutes longer than their opponents. So 8 minutes longer than your opponents on average. So just a quick little math here, 8 times 60, which because there's 8 minutes, 60 seconds in a minute, that's what, 480 seconds, right? An average NFL play lasts about 30-ish seconds. So that's 16 to 17 extra plays, nearly 2 extra drives that the Cincinnati Bengals defense was on the field last season compared to their opponents. So how can the Cincinnati Bengals improve in 2021? It's very, very simple. I don't care about the defense. I don't care about Joe Burrow. I don't care about T. Higgins or Jamar Chase. I am all worried about Chase Brown. They need to run the damn ball. Simple as that. You want to get 8 minutes back on the clock, or hell, even 4 minutes back on the clock to make it a 30-30 game here? Run the ball. Guys, Chase Brown is going to be a top 5 running back in the league before we know it. Chase Brown had 4 games with more than 20 carries in those games. In 4 of those games, they went 3-1. Win over the Denver Broncos, a really, really good defense. A win over the Titans. The Titans were kind of clicking at that particular time. And then the win over the Las Vegas Raiders. The lone loss was to the LA Chargers, in which the defense forgot to play in the first half. Let's just be honest. And then they forgot about Chase Brown in the fourth quarter. He touched the ball twice in the fourth quarter in that game. Guys, the Cincinnati Bengals need to run the ball. I understand Joe Burrow is a good talent. He's not an elite talent. He is a goodish, great player. He puts up a lot of good stats. Jamar Chase arguably might be the best receiver we've ever seen in the NFL. T. Higgins, he's the glue that kind of holds everything together. Let's run the ball. Your offensive line sucks. Joe Burrow is consistently getting sacked and injured and whatever. Run the ball. If the Cincinnati Bengals guys can run the ball competitively in 2025, they will probably win that division. If Chase Brown touches the ball 15 to 16 times minimum per game, they're going to win at least 12 games next season. 2025 is very, very simple. Run the ball. Use and abuse Chase Brown play after play after play. So, guys, how do you think that the Cincinnati Bengals can improve in 2025?